Would you say there was any mistakes that you made along your way to get to where you are now? Any that stand out, I guess, or
Right.
That is
Lots of mistakes.
a long list. I'm not sure how to answer that.
Well, I was going to say I think, Sarah, if we go back to our production quality, as Spencer, you just alluded to, things have clearly gotten far better, even from year to year. I mean, we're now on 7 seasons. I think we're on episode 370 something. And you can go back a year and go, oh, it's not quite as good. A year before that, oh, really not good. Matter of fact, so Spencer, you're going to see we finally, we continue to make enhancements to our video production, to our writing, to our pace, to our hooks, all these kind of things that go into video production. Literally this week, we just finished building our new set, which is probably our 5th or 6th set at this point.
oh wow.
So yeah, that's a big part of it. I think we made a unique mistake in the beginning. It was an ambitious mistake. And it's like you said, there are no manuals for YouTube or being a YouTuber. There are a plethora of opinions out there, but there's no real manual. We got it in our head. Part of our pitch for how we were going to make our channel the center of the power tool universe, which was always our goal. We were actually planning to make a format everything so much like TV that we wanted to become a TV network.
That's right. I forgot we did that.
Yeah. So
interesting.
The first thing we did was we changed. Before we came into this full time, the show was the Power Tool Week in Review every Friday on the YouTube channel Cop Tool, which stood for Central Ohio Power Tool, which is the company that owned it prior. And Cop Tool was not a good name because we didn't, review mace and or handcuffs. And we weren't ex-cops. Everybody thought we were like ex-police officers.
Asked often if we were ex-police officers, and we're like, no, it's just a bad name.
So we changed the name to Belts and Boxes, being your tool belts, toolboxes. And that was purposefully the name of an umbrella network. So what we envisioned was our YouTube channel was Belts and Boxes. And then every Friday at 8:00 was going to be the Power Tool Week in Review. Then we wanted to go to other content creators, specifically smaller ones, or content creators that were only producing things for Instagram or Facebook, and say, hey, come to YouTube. And they go, oh, it's so hard. I hate it. Like Instagrammers don't want to come to YouTube, partially because it takes way longer to make something than making an Instagram post. Mm-hmm. But our pitch was, we have a channel, we have traffic. So what if on Friday was a Power Tool Week in Review, every Wednesday evening was, Steve's project of the week. Every Tuesday afternoon was, Michelle's favorite tools or whatever. And we thought that if we brought them in and did shared revenue, we would grow bigger together. And we end up creating this network called Belts and Boxes on YouTube with a whole bunch of shows. And then the one we produce is just one of the shows. And for what it's worth, that was our own idea. Like, we were very proud of this. Yeah. As it turns out, we were not the only people with this idea. Even at the time, there were many networks, content networks on YouTube, some fairly big ones that came from traditional media that were bankrolling it and bringing in content creators to make tons and tons of shows. So we tried it, and it took us, I think we only produced one other show with one other creator. They were an Instagrammer. And we learned really fast something they don't teach you, because there's no textbook for this, about YouTube. Yeah. YouTube, their algorithm only supports one persona per channel. And a persona from marketing landscape or marketing terms, as an agency, we talk about personas all the time. Simply when we come to a client that wants to sell apple juice, we help them identify the different personas of their customers. So they sell apple juice to schools. They sell apple juice to stay-at-home moms. They sell apple juice to busy work-life moms. Whatever that you create all those different demographics. Those become personas, and you find the best way to reach each one. So essentially, YouTube only, when it does the math, when you post something to your YouTube channel, it doesn't go, oh, this looks like Steve's tool of the week. I know what people like that, and send it to those people. And then on Power Tool Week in Review on Fridays goes, oh, this is a Power Tool Week in Review. I know what people like that. It doesn't. There is one persona, and it's people who watch our channel. So back then it was people who watch Belts and Boxes. And we had spent years building up that persona to be people who wanted to watch the Power Tool Week in Review. So when we put anything else up on our channel, no matter how good it was, unless it was Rob and Sarah doing the Power Tool Week in Review, it still sent it to the same people who watch Belts and Boxes group, and they saw the thumbnail with somebody else's face, some other plan, and they go, no thanks. Or they click on it because it says Belts and Boxes, and it brings up someone besides Rob and Sarah, and it's clearly not the Power Tool News, and they leave. That was the problem. So you can't create different types of content on one channel.
Yeah.
I take that back. It can be done on really large channels if all of your content, is applicable to the masses.
Right.
Ours is only applicable to tradespeople who really like tools and tool hobbyists, the prosumer at home who has the best tools. That's our only demographic. So trying to teach those guys, which is 98% male, trying to teach those guys to also listen to this guy walk around. Where was he? He's in a brewery talking about the tools they use in the back of a brewery. Didn't work.
Doesn't work.
They didn't want to see it. And so immediately YouTube goes, oh, so half of the people who watch Belts and Boxes didn't even click on it this time. And the ones who didn't stick around very long. That means we made a bad video. Don't show it to anyone else, and it dies. So we discovered that we couldn't do a network. It didn't work that way. So at the end of that year of trying that, that's when we realized the only thing we can do is serve our persona, our channel persona. We could venture off. Sarah and I, we do trade shows, but that's still Rob and Sarah on the camera talking about power tools. It's not the news. It's us at a trade show, but that works. Like the people who watch our show also want to watch us walk around a trade show and talk to people with tools. So you can do that. But with that said, we realized we were never going to be a network. It was really our show that mattered the most. And it occurred to us that the best possible name for a show about tools was the Tool Show. And we were able to grab Tool Show as a channel name. So we swapped that out. And it also helped us with marketing and sponsorship it gave us the ability to, if we reached out to a small tool manufacturer and said, hey, my name's Rob. I'm from Belts and Boxes. I produce a show called Power Tool Week in Review. Would you like to be on it? Versus, hi, my name's Rob from the Tool Show. Would you like to be on it? And then you go, we make tools. Yeah, I want to be on the Tool Show. So that's what makes that work.
Yeah.